Hello and welcome back to the ROSEVEAR YouTube channel.
Hello.
Today we have an interesting topic, I think, something that will be quite helpful for our audience and our audience of 250 subscribers, as I noticed the other day. Thank you so much for
Thank you
subscribing.
very much.
We really appreciate everyone's comments
and
support
also
and things.
25,000 total views. It's just,
there you go.
How on earth did that happen?
I don't know, but it's very cool. It's nice to know that people are interested in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Teas. How are we doing today? The weather has been kind of awful.
Yeah, but we're heading into autumn. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of love it. As I said in the last video, I think I needed it to cool down, so I'm pleased with a bit of rain and some.
And autumn can be such a beautiful season in Edinburgh.
Yes.
You know, when the leaves turn red. We're still before that stage, so we've got the temperature falling, but we haven't yet. Our leaves aren't turning yellow and red yet.
Yeah, but it is beautiful when they do.
Yeah.
Today we might do two parts of this video, so this might be part one.
This is part one, yeah.
Of the sort of most commonly asked questions about tea.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. We should also say that the tea has been made today by Isabel, and it's delicious, and is our most successful herbal tea. So it's evening chai, and that's a tea that really suits the weather as it starts to cool down. Actually,
that's true.
Very warming.
No, I love this one. I mean, it's the chai spices and cocoa kernels, and there's no tea in there, so obviously decaf and herbal. It does go fast. We make a lot of pouches of this tea because it's very popular, especially at this time of year when everyone's like, "Oh, okay, it's cooled down. Quick, get the chai in."
Absolutely. It goes very well with say oat milk or regular milk.
Yeah,
make a chai. It works really well.
Yeah, it kind of feels, because it's got the cocoa kernels, it's almost like a spicy hot chocolate kind of vibe if you put a decent amount of milk in.
There is a bit of a spicy hot chocolate note to it.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah, so we should start off with question number one, I think.
So first question that we're asked, I think I'm explaining this every day I'm in the shops, is what is the difference between different types of tea? First of all, we need to split teas into teas that are coming from the tea bush, Camellia sinensis. And there are two types of Camellia sinensis. There's Camellia sinensis, which comes from China, and you can find in other places, and Camellia sinensis assamica, which was first classified by Robert Bruce.
Oh yeah,
if we just go back to our Assam video. And that was a leaf that has existed for a very long time in Assam, but actually was only classified in the mid-19th century. So it's a far newer arrival to the official world of tea. So those two types of tea are making tea as we know it, but there's also lots of herbal teas, or as they say in France, tisanes and rooibosses. They are all wonderful drinks as well, and with health benefits, but without caffeine. So firstly, what are the different types of tea and what makes them different? And the key thing that happens in the tea processing is oxidization. So the first tea, of course, was green tea.
My favorite. Yes. Yeah, so that one is, it's not oxidized at all. So when we're doing the differences between the teas, it's kind of funny because obviously they won't have known the science when they started doing it, thousands of years ago.
No, I think enzymes hadn't been categorized.
No, but what they do is they denature the enzyme that oxidizes the leaf. That's either by pan frying, just frying it, or by steaming it. So the heat in whichever method that they use denatures the part of the leaf that would oxidize.
And it's just amazing that they were doing that, more than 2,000 years ago.
So they wouldn't have known really what they were doing science-wise, but they knew exactly what they were doing taste-wise.
That's the thing. Tea is about taste.
Exactly, because green tea is, as I say, my favorite kind. It's so good for you as well, and all the antioxidants that you get from it in that form is really great. But as I say, it was completely unoxidized tea. And that's very different to black tea.
Very different to black tea, and it's a strange thing because we obviously think of black tea, or many people think of black tea, not you, Ella, but many people think of black tea as normal tea. That's what tea is. It's actually relatively new. So green tea has existed for thousands of years, but black tea was invented by accident. We covered this in another video. In a place called Tongmu Village, produce really wonderful teas. My favorite tea of the moment actually comes from Tongmu Village. And it was an accident of the tea factory was needed to be used by the Chinese army, and they needed to dry the leaves super quick, and they used wood to speed up the drying process, and that actually created the very first black tea, which was Lapsang Souchong. And of course, Lapsang Souchong was super popular here in the UK, not so much in China actually, but super popular here.
Yeah.
But then they started to experiment with doing non-smoky black teas. Basically, what black tea is it's an oxidized leaf. So the green tea is unoxidized, that the heat has denatured the enzyme. The black tea process, it's all about controlling the oxidization process, and also doing things like rolling the leaves, breaking the barriers between the cellulose in the cell walls and the amino acids, and creating all these wonderful flavors. So black teas are fully oxidized, but there are teas which are partly oxidized.
The oolongs. Yeah, that's one of the questions. This sort of what's the difference between the teas tends to be asked in the oolong section, where they're like, hang on, I don't actually know what that is or what's going on here. So the oolong process is very interesting. It's kind of a passed down generation to generation kind of thing, depending on the tea. But they allow the tea leaves to oxidize for a while, a secret amount of time, between like hours or days, and then they pause the oxidation process through the same method as you would for green tea, through applying the heat to make it taste exactly how they want to for their particular tea. So this means that some of the teas are much closer to green teas, like our Nantu Jade, our Indochina Blue. Those are greener. And then you have things like Wuyi Rock, Phoenix Mountain, which are much closer to black.
And of course, the new one, the duck shits.
Oh yeah, brilliant one.
All oolongs are really individual. They're all wonderful. It's I've got to pick, I think, a category of tea that's my favorite. Oolong is my favorite because they're all wonderful, every single one.
Definitely.
And they're quite special. Now, there are other special categories. So yellow tea is another one we're explaining quite often in the shops, because people haven't necessarily heard of yellow tea before.
Yeah.
And that's a type of tea that has followed the process for Chinese green tea, and then it's got an extra process of non-enzymic oxidization. And of course, as with the green teas, the tea processors wouldn't have known about non-enzymic oxidization back 1,000 years ago.
It does make you wonder what they were up to. They were just kind of like frying some leaves, or like putting it in water and steaming stuff, and just seeing what happened.
I think they were
for a while before they figured out.
They're really looking for flavor, which is why their teas are so wonderful.
I wonder what else they tried before they decided on different things. But yeah, so the yellow ones, the white tea as well.
Yeah, so white tea is the most natural tea. We've done a few videos on white teas as well. So it's a very, very simple process. You're picking the leaves, laying them out in the sunshine, and the heat of the sun is drying the leaves and stopping the oxidization process. There's a drying process, and that's it, really.
Yeah, very natural.
Yes.
But yeah, do check out our videos that we've done about white teas as well. They're very interesting. They've got a lot of history.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then rooibos and herbals as well, we should have as a different category. Rooibos is kind of a cousin plant, I guess, of the Camellia sinensis.
Particularly for South African people, they consider it like that. They actually they drink it with milk.
Yeah,
in South Africa.
It is good. Yeah, some of our rooibos are particularly good with milk. Oat milk as well, especially if you're vegan. Nice one. But yeah, so it's a caffeine-free type of a tea plant.
Yeah.
And it's also called red bush as well. Depends where you are and what you call it. But
well, in a way, it's called red bush everywhere, but we're using different
yes.
languages for saying red bush.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. But a lot of people will come in and say, "I'm looking for red bush tea."
Yes.
I say there are the rooiboshes, and they're like, "Is that the same thing?" Well, yes. So to clear that up,
there's also lots of pronunciations of rooibos
yes,
as well.
Rubus, and there's
yeah,
however you want to say it, you know. But yes, and then the herbals are not tea, but
it's such a big category though.
You know, yeah.
And there's one of your favorites, the honeybush, which also comes from South Africa, same place as rooibos, but tastes completely different and has different properties. I think it works as a headache relief for you.
Yes, very much so. We have some herbal individual ingredients as well. We've got chamomile, lavender, hibiscus flowers. Some of them are incredible. They're giant like flower petals or heads of whichever plant it's from. The Greek mountain tea looks incredible as well. It's just like a bush in a tin. So some of them are individual and some of them are blends. We count them all as teas.
And you've got blends that are functional blends designed to help you sleep or help digestion. Or we've got blends that are just absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Like
lemongrass and marigold. Yes. We were going to say the same one. Oh, it's so popular, that one, because it's got strawberry in it. So it's really nice, especially as an iced tea. Not so much for this time of year, but
kind of tastes like a melted Twister ice lolly. Yeah. So next question that we're asked a lot is, what's the best cup of tea to have in the morning? So let me see. I'll ask you, what's the best cup of tea to have in the morning, Ella?
Oh, well, I don't know about like the sort of caffeine stuff or the sort of science, but I think I drink a lot of Matcha. I think I've mentioned that a fair few times in these videos, and I would drink that any time of the day, to be honest. But recently I've been really enjoying Marvellous Moringa, which is one of our newer green teas that we have, because it reminds me of Amsterdam, of the Netherlands, because it tastes like apfelkroeken.
Yeah.
So it has moringa, which is in the name. That's the health benefit. You have this plant that's been used in Ayurvedic healing for many, many years.
It's a tree of life. Yeah.
But it has apple and cinnamon in it, this tea. So I find it really sweet and like I'm getting a treat in the morning. And to shout out my Swedish family, I'm a big fan of fika because of them and that kind of concept of like the sort of mid-morning sweet treat. I'm very into that. So I would really recommend Marvellous Moringa. What about you?
The morning is actually when Isabel and I drink most tea, and I'll normally wake Isabel up with several pots of tea, not just one pot of tea. We'll often have a selection of different teas.
That's so fun.
And normally it's our favourite teas, and normally black teas and oolongs. I think when people ask in the shops, they're often lots of people want to have their first cup of tea to be a strong black tea with milk.
Yes.
And there we would recommend, we'd recommend probably an Assam or a breakfast, but it also could be a Ceylon, a Ceylon orange pekoe, which with us would be a Ceylon high grown. Or St James, that's a great
that's
tea with milk.
Yeah, that's got maltiness to it. That might be good for that.
And a few other teas that go well with milk, like a second flush Darjeeling. People are often having that in the afternoon, actually. So probably less of a morning tea, the second flush Darjeeling.
I think it depends, obviously. If you want something that's gonna pair well with your breakfast, it's going to be much more specific to you. But if you want like high caffeine, something that's just going to wake you up, if you're somebody that finds it hard to get up in the morning, which I know a lot of people do, something with a lot of caffeine, a black tea.
And of course there are other alternatives for super high caffeine. So there's matcha.
Yes.
I mean, super popular at the moment. I think there are people who drink matcha not only first thing in the morning, but then constantly all day. Yes. And of course yerba mate, which we call green mate. That's people are always very pleased to find, because they've been looking for it, and perhaps they've been to South America and they've actually had it there, and then they find that it is possible to buy.
Yeah.
And that is high caffeine, and it really revs you up. So
Yes.
it's famously drunk by the best footballers and athletes, because
Yes.
it really, really gets you going.
Yeah, really.
So
good
that's a good morning tea as well.
And one of our most affordable as well.
Yes, £3.80 for a full pouch. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think those are our answers for that one.
Absolutely.
If you have any more questions though, please comment them, and we are happy to do like a little mini series of Q&As.
Yeah, let's do a mini series of commonly asked questions.
Yeah, I think that would be fun for us and potentially helpful for you guys watching. So yeah, let us know. We have a few more questions that we have on the books, but if you have a burning question, please comment down below and we will get to it.
Will answer it.
So that's our questions for this video. We had a lot more to say about the different kinds of tea, so we'll probably get through a few more questions in next videos.
Yeah.
We should just do a quick fire round of like yes no answers to see if we can keep it down to a minimum. But no, I think yeah, hopefully we can be helpful with these videos.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to the channel, help us.
Thank you very much for watching so many of the videos.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.